Hello and welcome to So You Think You Can Fanon. I'm your host, Sergio, with my extra special co-host, Equinox Doodles, who's joining us after the bonus episode where he wasn't here as he was off on the Equinox Crusade. And we have Jake, also known as High Def Hotcakes on Twitter. Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't actually know. I think so. You think I know my Twitter handle? Yeah. High Def Hockey on Twitter.
And today's special sponsor is Mega Blocks. As we couldn't we couldn't get a Lego sponsorship. We swore a little too much in the previous episodes, but Mega Blocks doesn't care.
We talked about
Mega Blocks literally has like Halo and Call of Duty sets, and you know what? Nobody fucking buys them at my store.
We talked about dick and balls too many times, so now Lego won't sponsor us.
You like bricks and studs?
You like bricks and studs?
Yeah, you like bricks and studs, don't you?
You like bricks and studs and connectors? Yeah?
You had to bring in the connectors.
Ugh.
You like your Lego Technic, don't you?
Oh.
God,
you
that's
know
so
what my
dirty.
favorite? You know what my favorite Lego is out of all of them?
Is it
segueing into what
is
we were
it
talking
Bumboonga?
about? It's Bionicles.
Yeah. Wasn't there like a sort of not Bionicles, sort of Bionicles thing? Like it was the same Bionicles set. I forget the name, but it was like Heroes or something.
Yeah, they do like Lego hero things now that are like Bionicles, but they're not Bionicles, and they're like Star Wars, and they suck.
Oh yeah. No, I was thinking there's like another one. Give me a second. But like, there was some kind of other like thing that they started off doing, and it was like it had the same kind of like build strategy as Bionicles. So they were like kind of the same, but they weren't Bionicles.
Are they Lego?
Yeah, they were they were a Lego property.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Bionicles.
Yeah, they do that with like Star Wars stuff.
It wasn't Star Wars though.
Oh, well maybe there just was a non-Star Wars variant. I don't know.
It was like
they're not hey, listen. If they're not Bionicles,
they're
not for me. Not for me. Not interested.
Hero Factory. I knew it was Hero
they do Hero Factory Star Wars.
They still do that stuff? They discontinued the line a long time ago.
Did they? No, they still make the Hero Factory Star Wars.
Well, they make.
I don't know if
they're
they're
not
called
Hero Factory Star Wars. They're just called Hero Factory.
Well, they're the Hero Factory stuff, and they're Star Wars.
Yeah. Sorry. All right. So yeah, go back to what you were talking about.
Bionicles. Sergio, did you grow up with Bionicles?
I did not. I would see the commercials and stuff, but I never actually watched anything.
And Michael, you didn't either?
I was not a Bionicle boy. I knew of them, and I had a friend, shout out to my boy Gabe, who had a very large collection of Bionicles. All I knew is that they were cool. I think the only one that I recognized while looking at the ones that you sent me was Kopaka.
Oh, I think you mean the best one.
Yeah, but that was the only one I recognized because of the helmet that he had.
He does have a very unique helmet. Well, as for me, myself, yeah, I had my dad burn every single Bionicle movie onto DVDs so I could watch them all the time. I remember watching them all a lot. My brother owned a bunch of Bionicles. I was a Bionicle fanatic. You remember the game Bionicle Heroes on the PS2 and the GameCube?
No. I mean, I've heard of it, but
yeah, well, I 100%ed that game as a kid on my PS2. It was my shit. Pardon me, Mega Bloks, but pardon me, Mega Bloks, but it was my shit. I loved Bionicles. And that brings us into today's fic. It's called Started with a Wish by Just a Female Geek. under their username, it says sporadic updates. I never thought my wish would come true like this. At least not with the Toa Nuva in my laundry room. Self-insert meets Toa Nuva in modern world. No swearing. Christian themes probably going to make an appearance. Expect some OOC-ness and bad tree speak. Also, my summaries are not very good. Rated T.
Yeah, I can tell.
And for the uninformed, tree speak is the language they speak. The Matorans speak in Bionicle on the island of Matanui.
Yeah. Something Bionicle.
I guess I'll just get right into it if you guys have nothing else to say.
I don't have anything to say.
Are we not reading it? Are you reading it to us?
I'll read it. Oh yeah, I should probably. I can. I don't want to. I'll post.
I wonder why Bionicle was continued.
It just sales went down.
That's fair.
They did a revival, which was a Gen 2 that you saw on the wiki, but they weren't as popular and they got discontinued again.
Okay, so who would like to? I guess Jacob can be the self-insert character.
Yeah, I'll be the self-insert.
And I'll be the Well, look like the self-insert character is also the narrator.
Yeah. So it looks like Gali, Kopaka, Tahu, and Takanuva, and Takua/Takanuva are in the story. So I guess we can just get to him when we get to him.
All
but
right.
I'm assuming Gali and Kopaka are going to be the first two.
As the resident female, I will read the narration, the author's note.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Female.
This is my very first time writing a fan fiction, so please be gentle with criticism. I've been told I'm fairly decent at writing, so I decided to try my hand at Bionicle fan fiction. Characters will probably be wait, did you read this in here?
No, I read the thing above it.
All right, characters will probably be OOC. I'm trying though. Also, I might not pull all 6 in here just to give me some elbow room, or I might put 7. I never start off easy, do I? I give credit to an author on DeviantArt whose name escapes me. That's where I get some ideas from. That character that Bill Hader plays on SNL. What's his name?
Stefan.
I'm going really Stefan with this.
I'm so out of touch with you guys and all of your references. I swear.
That's like you would have been growing up with that. That's on you.
I'm sorry. I was too busy watching cartoons and being a kid.
That's where I got some ideas from. If I find out who they are, I will credit them. Anyways, please enjoy.
How they never credited them. I'm assuming they didn't find out who they were.
This is a self-insert if you hadn't figured it out already.
Damn.
Cover his mouth with hands.
Why?
Stefan.
Oh, okay. Well,
you dingleberry.
Hey, talk like that, we might lose our sponsor. Who's gonna sponsor us? Kopaka? Takanuva? Taku is like 8. You think he can sponsor us? Anyways, when I was younger, my biggest wish was always to visit another island. I would wish on stars, birthday cakes, New Year's, everything. As I got older, I stopped wishing as much, but the flame of hope was always burning. The hope that I would meet some of my favorite characters from the world of Bionicle. Present day.
Think about that.
I threw myself under the couch, put my feet up, and turned on the first of the Lord of the Rings trilogy. It was bound to be a good night. Pizza, so delicious. Ice cream. Why is ice cream in quotation marks?
Because it may not be ice cream. It might be froyo.
Maybe she's lactose intolerant, so it's not real ice cream.
That's true. Never thought about that.
LOTR, that stands for Lord of the Rings. And no parents should tell me what to do. I was amazed that they had actually let me stay home home alone for an entire week. Just 2 years ago, they would have been trying to get my siblings to stay with me. I guess now that I was 16, they decided to let me loose a bit. It was only a week after all. I shoved a scoop of ice cream into my mouth, not taking my eyes off the screen. A sudden thunk from the laundry room made me tear my eyes away from the screen. I pressed stop and the screen went black. That's not what a stop button does. What the fuck? I put down my bowl and tossed off my fuzzy blanket. I slowly walked over to my laundry room where the voices were coming from. My blood turned to ice. We didn't have a gun or anything I could defend myself with. The baseball bat was upstairs, and the stairs were in view of the laundry room. I don't have anything to defend myself with, except for a baseball bat.
They don't have a knife?
No.
Can't
We
do-
don't
no,
have
there's
any
no
knives.
knives.
We have no knives in the
knives.
kitchen.
We only eat salads.
Just pick up a bludgeoning weapon. There's plenty of things you could bludgeon someone with.
No, nothing in the house weighs more than a pound. 8
Pencil?
ounces on a good day. Nope. All dulled. Just imagine like walking into this person's house and it's just like a padded room. They're like, this is where I live. We have nothing to defend ourselves. Yeah, I stood frozen with fear as the people in the laundry room supposedly got their bearings. I heard the door open, but before the supposed burglars came out, everything went black. Who wants to be voice number one?
I will be voice number one.
All right.
Is it the line, what is this creature?
I believe that's
That
Jay.
is.
Oh.
No,
No, it is. Okay.
no, because they fainted.
Oh, okay,
No,
yeah.
they fainted. God.
Yeah, sorry.
Amateur hour. Come on, bro.
What is this creature?
Why does it sound like it's conniving? I
Dude,
felt
don't fucking
someone or something poke my arm.
It's not like anything
Oh,
I've
okay.
ever. Oh, sorry. It's not like anything I've ever seen.
The voice was cold, calculating almost. I hope they didn't hit their head too badly. The third voice was female, thank goodness. At least I have one ally in this group of males. Then I realized, a group of males? Did I just faint in front of a group of guys? Of all the stupid things to do, now I look like an idiot. Can this day get any worse? What? I got there like, someone has broken into my house. I don't know who they are. Oh no, I fainted in front of a bunch of guys.
Kopaka, come try this cold icy treat.
Oh, Kopaka. Cold icy treat. Oh no, that's the last straw. With superhuman strength, I opened my eyes and pushed myself off the ground. What I saw made me want to pass out all over again.
How do you open your eyes with superhuman strength?
Aggressively? Obvious. God, Sergio. Amateur hour.
Your eyelids just like you just strain your eyelids opening them up.
Yeah, exactly. Jesus. So, Sergio,
right.
are you gonna read the
Yes. I attempted tree speak, and it was pretty bad. XD.
XD?
Just a short chapter for today. I'll try to get a longer one next time. This is just me testing the waters, so to speak. I hope you enjoyed. If you have time, drop a comment. I would love to hear gentle feedback. Thanks for reading.
I was drinking, you fucker.
Hey,
Smiley face.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why is this romance?
I don't know, but I'm
I mean, are they gonna have? I'm all for having a loving relationship.
I hope
with
she
God.
falls. I hope she falls in love with Kopaka Mata.
Well, I thought you said this was a Christian story. Why isn't it?
Well, you think
are they not-
Christians can't feel love?
No, I was saying, why aren't they falling in love with God? God
Well,
comes first.
you always love God, first of all,
Exact-
and second
exactly.
of all, it's in between chapters. So I think you know what it's time for, Sergio.
Uh-oh.
It's time for our daily Bible verse, everybody.
Oh boy, I'm so excited. I'm gonna find some like royalty-free, like calming
Yeah,
music.
get
to
some
play in the
nice like
background.
harpsichord music and
Yeah,
start playing it right now. Don't forget.
I won't forget. I'm playing
All
right
right.
now.
The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of shadow of death, a light has dawned. Isaiah 9:2.
Thank you. Harpsichord. You're free to go now. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Yeah. We'll tip you. We'll tip you after this episode.
No.
Don't worry.
No, we're not.
Don't.
No, we're not.
He's not supposed to know that. Come on.
No, he should know that. He came in up front. All right.
All right.
Let's get to chapter 2.
Yeah.
Yuwa meets ice cream.
Liwa meets ice cream.
I too meet ice cream.
There was an issue with my story showing up as coding. I think it's fixed now. I mean, worst case scenario, I guess I could just start the story on the second chapter.
That's
Thank
terrible.
you to the person who alerted me about the issue. Now, on to the story. Hopefully, not written in code. Smiley face.
Liwa was standing in the kitchen with my so delicious in hand. Liwa was trying it, and Kopaka was trying to glare it out of existence. I found that I was lying on the smaller blue couch in our living room. I looked to my left, and Gali was standing there with Tahu, who seemed to be trying to intimidate. He's like 2'1". Hold on, let me get a picture of Tahu real quick.
Okay. I hope
Or
it
no,
looks like a
I'm thinking.
harpsichord man.
I'm thinking of Takua. No, okay. I thought Takua was trying to intimidate for a second, which is a very funny thought. However, I was not about to be intimidated. I dodged both of them as I got off the couch and shakily walked into the kitchen. Hey, paws off the so delicious! I marched up to Liwa, who stood there with my hands on my hips. Who wants to be Liwa?
I don't like ice cream, so I'm gonna say Sergio. You should be it.
Paws? I have hands, not paws. We are Toa, not Rahi.
He looked down at me with a bemused expression. I know that, now give me my ice cream back. I crossed my arms and glared at him. He handed it back to me, but not without stealing another small scoop. He licked it off his hand unabashedly. I rolled my eyes and shoved the pint back into the freezer. Now what a... I turned around, only to find Tahu standing barely inches away from me. I slowly looked up at him and saw that he was extremely angry. I tried to back up, but the fridge hit my back. All right, who wants to be Tahu?
I will be the Ta of who. Where are we? And who are you?
Gali tried unsuccessfully to calm him down while I tried to hide behind Kopaka. You're in my house on Earth, and my name is Hannah, I squeaked, clinging to Kopaka. I've always been a Kopaka fan. Oh, let's go. Best. She's got good taste, is all I'm saying.
Let's go.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not gonna say anything else. But good choice. Anyways, I've always been a Kopaka fan, so I felt much more comfortable around him. Unfortunately, he didn't share the feeling. He moved out of the way, pushed me off of him, leaving me to face Tahu alone.
Who are you working with? Where is Matanui?
The questions were coming rapid fire. Out of the corner of my eye, I could see Liwa had ice cream in his hand and was watching us intently while eating it. Of course
Why
would.
is the cream in quotation
Oh,
marks?
sorry, ice cream. I'm not working with anyone, and I don't know where Matanui is, Tahu. I slapped my hand over my mouth, but I was too late. And I blew it. Now I have to explain how I know these guys. Get ready for the roller coaster. Get ready for the roller coaster.
Sorry, I
Tahu.
know.
How do you know my name?
Whoa, Tahu.
You're not Tahu. Tahu hit
How
puberty.
do you know my name?
Oh, sorry.
He got even closer. There wasn't even an inch of space between us. I tried not to panic, but it was very, very hard. You and your brothers and sister are part of a fictional series written by Greg Farsley, I think. I have nothing to do with it. Please step back, I said, all in a rush. This guy doesn't move in 3 seconds. I'm going to kick him in the shin, Toa or not.
Gali.
Tahu.
Gali tried to warn him. He stepped back only a foot. I breathed a huge sigh of relief. Okay, I'm going to bed. I glanced at the oven clock. 11 o'clock. I really need to sleep right now. We're going to deal with this in the morning. Savvy? Blank stares ensue. Just don't touch anything except for the items in the fridge. I pointed to my left. This is the fridge. I'm going to bed now. Don't wake me up unless it's an emergency. Sleep wherever is comfortable. Inside the house, I looked at them all in turn with a very serious expression. Then I turned around, pushed Tahu aside, and went upstairs. My shoulders dropped in relief, and I was finally able to let my guard down, which is why I was very upset when I saw Takanuva of all Toa sitting on my bed with this passive expression staring into space. When I saw him, something in me just snapped. No, I refuse to deal with this. Just get out now. The other Toa are downstairs. Out. He took one look at me and charged out the door. I almost smiled. It was nice to know that I could be intimidating, and only being 5'2.5" wouldn't stop me. However, there was still a problem at hand. But first, sleep. We can deal with this Toa issue tomorrow. With that, I flopped onto my bed, pulled the canopy closed, and it was out like a... How do you just fall asleep? There's these giant bionicles in your bed, and you're just like, all right. Good night. All right, Sergio, would you read the author's note?
Lightning Ninja, XD. I'm glad you liked it. I'm probably gonna end up spending like $100 on ice cream because of these guys. So delicious. It's an expensive brand. Well, that's it for today, everyone. I hope that this chapter didn't disappoint. I was so worried about writing fanfiction. This isn't too hard, actually. Just a heads up. This story will have
Sorry if you
Takanuva,
heard that.
but not Pohatu and Onua. I don't know them
Damn.
too well, and would prefer
What
to
the
leave them
fuck?
out, rather than to try to include them and completely butcher their personality.
Why would you
Maybe
leave
I'll
out
make up a
Onua?
reason that
She
they're
doesn't
not
know
here.
them.
Anyways,
Onua's
have a
the
great
cool-
rest of your
he's
day,
cool.
friends.
I'm sorry. Look, she gave a valid reason, and as somebody who's an artist,
But it's Onua.
I don't care if it's Onua.
He's got like
I don't care if
chainsaw. He's like got like chainsword hands.
I don't care if it's Onua, Bobunga, or Uchuka. But I'm just saying that she made a valid
Quit making
concern.
fun of my bionicles. It's like middle school all over again.
I'm just stating a fact, okay?
So we reading one more chapter?
Yeah.
Alrighty, Sergio.
I need to work on my chapter lengths. They're quite short.
When I woke up, for 3 blissful seconds, I forgot all about the Toa issue, but then reality hit and I remembered yesterday's fiasco. Resisting the urge to roll over and try to sleep more, I dragged myself out of bed with the speed of a slug. After running a brush through my hair and pulling on a green shirt with gray leggings, I evaluated myself in the mirror. The marathon last night killed me. I looked like I haven't slept for days. I put concealer under my eyes to cover up the circles, and it was time for mascara, my worst enemy. The wand came close to my eye, and I ever so carefully brushed my eyelashes. On the second try, I wasn't so lucky. I had just finished my bottom lashes when the wand tip got too close to my eyes, and I stabbed myself. Okay, I poked myself in the eye. Stab sounds more dramatic, though. As someone who's put on mascara, yeah, that sucks.
What? Who is she? What? Who like who is she putting this on for?
She wants to impress Kopaka.
Oh yeah.
I wouldn't mind impressing Kopaka.
Continue, Jake.
Ow! I dropped the mascara tube and wand and tried to rub my eye to get the black out of it. It just got worse. The whole thing was stinging and my eye was tearing up. Suddenly, someone burst through my door. I still had my hand over my eye.
Yeah.
I couldn't get to see who it was.
It was not the Kool-Aid Man.
What's wrong? The person asked frantically. They sounded like Takanuva. Also, he'd probably be panicking right now. Please get a wet cloth. First door on the right, I said shortly, gritting my teeth against the pane. He was back with a soaked face cloth right before you could say knife. I walked off the I can't talk. Hold on. I wiped off the mascara from my eye, sighing with relief once it had stopped hurting. I turned around to find Takanuva and surprisingly, Kopaka standing right behind me. Are you okay now? Taka gave me a worried look. Fine, I managed a thin smile. How did that happen anyways? Kopaka surprised me.
Are you just gonna read this all by your own?
Well, I'm Kopaka. Oh wait, that's Kopaka.
Yeah, that's Kopaka.
I can't read. Sorry, bro.
All right, let me give Kopaka a deep, sensual voice.
Oh hell yeah! It's like my dreams.
How did that happen, anyways?
Kopaka surprised me by asking me a question, and was that a hint of concern in his voice? I was trying to put this. I held up the tube on my eyelashes.
Why?
It's just what girls do for beauty. I don't know why though. Maybe we just have no self-esteem. This is the only way that we can face the world. If we cover up all our imperfections, we can try to make ourselves look as perfect as possible. Wow, that's hashtag deep.
Some deep cuts.
Deep cuts.
Ouch.
Ouch. I was being way over dramatic, and Kopaka narrowed his eyes at me. Nope, no hint of concern. I must have just imagined it. He shook his head and trooped downstairs. I don't know why I said trooped like that. It felt weird. Too much? I don't know why. I looked at Taka and he started to nod but then paused. Is that true though? The answer seemed to have been an obvious answer, but he had an innocent look on his face. To a point. That was overdone though. He seemed to understand, but before coming out with something totally random. Oh god. I don't think you need makeup. You don't have many imperfections to cover. I immediately turned red. Taka started stuttering to tie and cover up what he just said. I'm going downstairs. I got out before I ran out of my room. What was that? Did I just get complimented by a guy? A Toa, nonetheless. Just keep it cool. Keep it cool. There was no keeping it cool when I go downstairs. Everyone must have been noticed my blushing, and I swear I saw Kopaka smirking. I mentally facepalmed and out of habit opened the fridge. My jaw dropped. The fridge was empty. There were no condiments, no yeast, no milk. Who keeps yeast in their fridge? Do you keep
a
yeast?
biologist.
Okay, listen here, buddy. What are you gonna use it for? Bread? Also, I just like to imagine Takanuva drinking mustard. What did you guys do? I pulled my head out of the fridge and looked around. Liwa looked a bit guilty though. This time I literally face palmed. Now I have to go buy more food. Great, that means I'll have to drive. Also great. Not, I mumbled, closing the fridge and leaning against it. Alright, Kopaka, Liwa, Tahu, you guys are coming with me while I get groceries. Are you kidding me? You're bringing them to the grocery store?
Look, dude.
Imagine you're walking around work.
Like, imagine if I'm imagining I'm walking around the electronics aisle, and
you just see fucking Takanuva come up, and he goes, "Yo, where do you guys keep the toilet paper?" He's like 7 feet tall, and he's just like looking down at you.
Does he have his weapons or no?
No, he left them in the car, of course.
Okay. In which case, I would say, I would think to myself, "Wow, that's a really cool costume." And then I would simply give him the answer of it should be over in the grocery aisle. Because I work in
aisle.
How very
one
specific.
Well, I don't work in that department. How would I fucking know?
There's a specific aisle for that sort of stuff.
I know, but it's not something I need to know.
Just look up and look at the numbered signs and be like, hey, it's in number 15.
Sergio, do you think I like at the time, like let's say I am currently in the electronics department,
and you see a fucking Bionicle walk up to you?
All the aisles are blocking the sign that would even have that information.
I don't know. Go. Hold on. I'll go check and then run out and see if you can see it, or just like in that general direction.
I would point him in the general direction and just be like, "Yeah, it's over at the end of the grocery section. You'll see it." Because I'm not dumb. I know that if he walks down there, he's going to be like, "Oh, there's the toilet paper." Of course, I don't know that he's a real Bionicle, so I wouldn't be like, I wonder why he's not going for toilet paper. And then I would simply sit there and be like, wow, this guy's really fucking dumb. I would look at Takanuva, and I would be like, this guy doesn't know where the toilet paper is, even though it says up on the thing. I wonder if he just doesn't speak English. And then I would ask him, hey, sir, could you please remove your mask because I need to be able to see your face? And then he would.
And then he wouldn't because he doesn't want to reveal his secret identity.
Oh, well, in which case I would say, I'm sorry, sir, that's only the store policy, followed by calling security.
What do you want him to do? Come out as Takua?
Yes.
He takes off the mask, right? And you go into that funny shit. You just like a flash of light happens, you just see this.
In which case I would look him dead ass in the eyes, realize that he's not human, and then go, okay, sir, I'm sorry, I will go take you to the toilet paper.
He just waddles over to the toilet paper.
Yeah, I will hold his hand and take him to the toilet paper.
I can't believe you're bullying Takua. I'm so upset.
Okay. If you were in my situation, all right, and you had I'm pretty sure you would be like, holy shit, it's fucking Takanuva.
Oh my god, it's Takua, it's Takanuva. Oh, and then I'd cry. Right, let's finish this chapter and then rate the story.
Okay.
Unless we want to do one more. What do we feel?
I
feel
don't
like this-
think I don't want to go through another chapter of this. Just the concept alone of walking into a grocery.
We haven't even gotten to the Christian stuff yet.
I don't look. As soon as it hits chapter 5, it just stops it just stops naming itself. All right.
Does it actually?
Yeah. It just
chapter 6 is called Send Help.
Yeah, but chapter 5 is called chapter 5, and chapter 7 is called chapter 7, and chapter 8 is called chapter 8.
Chapter 9 is called Tahu Made Me Do It.
That is true.
And chapter 10 is called Insert Name Here.
That is true.
What was this last updated? August 24th?
They're still writing it?
It was published
Let's
December
go.
29th in 2018. So yeah, I guess it is updated sporadically.
Yeah. Anyways, let's finish this up. Takanuva, Dolly, you guys I trust to stay home. As an afterthought, I added, I trust you as well, Kopaka. I just suspect I'll need help wrangling Liwa and Tahu. The latter, Tahu, tried to glare at me, but I deflected it. Let's go, guys. I opened the door for them.
Door for them.
Oof. This chapter isn't my best work. It's just past 7. I'm tired. But I put in the ideas I wanted to, so this is good. My English is going downhill. Also, I may have accidentally put a hint of romance in there. That wasn't planned. Worst case scenario, we go with the flow. However, I was really hoping for one story that wouldn't have romance in it, but I blew it. Of course. Lightning Ninja, I'm glad I'm not the only one.
What a legend. I love this story. They're probably commenting. How do we check comments again? I don't fucking remember.
It's the review button.
Reviews 13. Lightning Ninja, yeah. Someone's gonna be jealous of Kopaka eating all the ice cream, winky face, XD. This sounds like me when I'm angry, XD.
Can you have like one more XD in there? Smiley face?
Those were 2 different comments.
Oh, one more XD though.
This is so compelling. Comment on chapter 12. It's so compelling. So glad you updated. Will she get with Tahu? What's with the hair dye? Will her hair survive? As for being scared of heights, maybe she just wants a hug. Really?
Who knows?
What a good
You know what
story.
this is? You know what this is a good? You know what this is a good time for?
What?
You'll never guess.
Is it Bionicle roleplay?
No, it's a break, and we'll see you guys right back after this quick break.
Oh.
And welcome back to So You Think You Can Fanon. Jake, who's
Yeah?
your favorite Bionicle, smiley face?
You know it's that boy Kopaka Mata.
Man of culture.
Specifically Kopaka Mata. I like the helmet on Kopaka Mata better than the helmet on Kopaka Nuva. Or
Fair.
mask, I guess, quote
Fair.
unquote. Sergio, do you have a favorite Bionicle?
I do not have a favorite Bionicle.
Google Bionicles right now and find one.
Why do I need a favorite Bionicle? I don't plan on getting it.
Because you just need a favorite Bionicle.
Because I need birthday present ideas.
Oh, you're gonna buy us Bionicle?
I don't want a Bionicle.
I would be so down to get a Bionicle for my birthday.
Someone got me Kopaka Mata for my birthday, I would cry.
Dude, I think if trying to think of the cool one that I really was like looking at. There's one. It wasn't Kopaka because
everyone knows Kopaka is pretty cool. Oh yeah,
everyone knows Kopaka.
He's
I don't know who this is. I'm putting it in general, but he looks cool, I guess.
I am going to say I'm a big fan of Pohatu. I am a slut for shoulder cannons.
I think that's the Gen 2 version of one of the Air Toas.
Oh,
That's
dude,
my
that looks
guess.
sick. Bionicle's second version looks kind of cool, dude. What the fuck?
Is that Gen 2 of Liwa? That's my guess.
Dude, I don't know anything about
I don't
Liwa.
know. I don't know which one that is, actually.
Well, I want to see Gen 2 Golly. Golly is pretty neato burrito, but I want to see Gen 2. What the fuck? They were just like, no, you don't get a sword anymore. You get a fucking dumbass lance.
Lances are cool.
I mean, yeah, but he had a gun. He had like a cool crosshair.
You just get a
Cool,
gun.
dude.
You just give him a gun.
It was cool. All right, that's all you need to know. It was cool.
And yours is Pohatu?
I'm gonna say it's Pohatu unless we're talking Gen 2.
Is it okay, is it Pohatu Mata or Pohatu Nuva? Google them both and decide which one.
What?
There's two versions. There's the Toa Mata and the Toa Nuva. So which version of the Bionicle is your favorite? The Mata or the Nuva?
I'm trying to find the Mata and the Nuva.
Just Google Pohatu Mata and Pohatu Nuva and you'll find them.
Because all I'm seeing are the exact same ones.
Okay, I'll post them.
Here, this is the one I'm talking about. He's got a shoulder cannon and he looks cool.
Is that a Gen 2?
No, it's Gen 1.
Oh, it's the adaptive armor. That's Fantoka, which I think is a transformation.
Oh. Yeah, it's Fantoka. He just has a cool fucking shoulder mount. And I was like, yeah, that's cool. I like shoulder mounts. I like guns. Guns and stuff.
Quotes out of context. I like guns. But yeah, what other obscure little series were you into as a youngin', everyone? Besides things like Bionicle.
The big thing that I was big into,
Do you need time to think?
I was big into Pokemon. I want to share a
but
quick
that's not
story
that's
here.
not obscure.
That's not obscure. Oh, you're right. You said obscure. Oh, fuck. I was a little bit into Digimon.
Oh, Digimon. Yeah, Digimon's a good one.
I would count it as obscure because it's not something we talk about.
I would like to ask you guys a question related to this. When I was a kid, I used to watch I'm pretty sure it was on 4Kids, and it had a DVD movie of it. I'll post it in general. There was this Korean-made anime called Cubic.
I've heard of Cubics. I've heard of Cubics.
I am aware of its existence. I'm aware of its existence, but I'm not sure I'm.
Saban Brands closed.
Yeah.
Why?
Most of their stuff got sold to Hasbro.
Why?
Huh.
Because he just closed it, I think.
I mean, he's old, so that makes sense.
Yeah, he made a good living. You know, he made the Inspector Gadget theme song.
Saban?
Yeah, Saban.
Yeah, I believe that. That's what he was famous for originally. I think was writing. Writing
need
theme songs
to-
like that.
Yeah, he was. If you want to learn more about Saban, you should watch the Netflix documentary called "The Toys That Made Us." It's
You're
really
acting like
good.
I already haven't seen that episode a million times.
Well, you clearly didn't remember that part.
I forgot. It's been like it's been a while. I watched it with my dad last time I watched it.
Yeah. Because he's got Saban Capital Group. He sold most of Saban brands to Hasbro for $522 million.
Jesus, imagine making $1 billion basically just off of other people's stuff.
Hey man, don't wreck the business. I'm trying to think of other obscure things. Funny thing about Pokemon was that I didn't know it existed until I watched it on Boomerang, like the original like Kanto series.
Yeah.
I remember hating the guy with was his name Tracy? He was the guy with like the bandana and he would draw and he had a Meryl. I remember
from the Orange Islands.
Yeah,
right?
I remember not liking him.
Yeah, him. Forgot he existed.
Everyone forgets he exists. Another
Do you want to know why they brought him in?
why
They
was it
wanted to
because
get rid of Brock
Creed?
because they thought Brock was racist, and then everyone hated him. So they brought back Brock because Brock is funny.
Brock's a Chad, dude. I remember getting into it because of the Kanto series, and then I guess my mom found out that I was really into Pokemon, and
Uh-huh.
so for Christmas I got Fire Red for the Game Boy Advance.
Hell yeah! My brother gave me for one of my birthdays his copy of Leaf Green, and that was my first Pokemon. And then I got
didn't even
Pearl.
know. I did not even know that there was a Pokemon video game.
Damn.
I literally was just like, "Wow, this must be based on the TV show that I played." Or
How
that
old? How old were you?
I will say,
6
because
or 7.
I watched the first season of Pokemon because I got into like Sapphire. That was my first one, and then I watched a bunch of Pokemon season 1, and then I bought Fire Red and Leaf Green. I was like, oh my god, this is just like the TV show. I see all these Pokemon that weren't like in Sapphire. So, oh my god, it's a Spearow. It's all these
That's probably the coolest feeling.
Oh, dude, I miss the feeling of like going into Pokemon and just finding new shit and being
Yeah.
like, wow.
I remember
Like-
one of my memories with Leaf Green is similar to yours, both of yours, where I had VHS tapes of some of the first season, the first few episodes, and then I had the one where it's the Lieutenant Surge battle and Ash is debating whether or not he wants to evolve Pikachu.
Yeah.
And I remember being stuck on Lieutenant Surge, and then I watched the Lieutenant Surge episode, and that gave me the motivation I needed to go and beat Lieutenant Surge, and I beat him, and I was so happy.
I'll never forget. I beat Fire Red, only using a Charizard. I hated myself for it, but I did
I
it.
also did that.
I never beat Fire Red. The first Pokemon game I ever beat was Platinum. And it's also the main reason that I really love Togekiss, because Togekiss was like my one of my main dudes alongside Gyarados. Like Gyarados I had from a Magikarp, and I got him to level 100, and it was the biggest accomplishment I've ever had.
I've only beaten Leaf Green, Heart Gold, and I think that's it out of the traditional Pokemon games. But one thing you might not know about me was I was really into ROM hacking when I was younger.
I was also into ROM hacking.
Oh my god, when I was like 12, 11, to like 10, 11, 12, I was so into ROM hacking. And like, because my computer could only really run like TF2, and like that's it really, and like Roblox, I would just play those, and then I'd download a bunch of ROM hacks and play them. I remember our friend Nick, which will be on the podcast soon for our special when it's officially ready. I know it's delayed as fuck, but one of the things we would talk about when we were like, because I met him when I was like 11, and one of the things we would talk about when we were friends at that age, we would talk about Pokemon ROM hacks. He got me into Pokemon Snakewood, which was the zombie one. I don't know if you guys know anything about any Pokemon ROM hacks, Surge.
I'm a big fan of Pokemon ROM hacks, but I never like truly sat down and played through one. Like I was a big fan of ROM hacking, but I wasn't a big fan of playing ROM hacks.
I beat a bunch of ROM hacks as a little kid. I beat
Light
Platinum, Snakewood. Pretty much anything I played, I would beat. I would just sit down and play any ROM hacks that were like Gen 3 and Gen 1 remakes. I wouldn't really play the older ones because, I was like 11 and I was like, graphics bad. Oh, I've beaten Red and Blue. I've beaten Blue.
I want to say my least I know we are getting really off topic about Bionicles, but my
well, I think we're on a topic that includes Bionicles of like things we were into as a kid. And that's fair. Even if we are, it's my fault. So, oh well.
That's fair.
I picked the fic. I can choose the topic, I guess.
I think my least favorite Pokemon region, and for some reason I get shit about it, is Hoenn. I really don't like Hoenn. It's the one Pokemon game I had to force myself to actually finish But my favorite will always be Sinnoh. Sinnoh's my baby.
Mine is definitely Gen 2. I love Johto. Honestly, like Fire Red and Leaf Green, obviously, you know what I'm about to say. Fire Red and Leaf Green are the best Pokemon games.
That's a lie, and you know it.
That is not.
It's Heart Gold.
Hello?
Gen 5 exists.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
That's not Gen 5. That's Gen 4.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. I don't know
Gen
what I said.
4
but I
is
meant-
great. Gen
I
5.
People like Gen 5.
I don't know.
Specifically, people younger than us are really big fans of Gen 5. If you talk to Phoenix, because Phoenix is,
Well, okay. Well, there's the nostalgia factor.
People from the Kanto generation want to tell me that Gen 3 sucks, but no. They can go eat several
that was the big thing. It's really interesting
Fire
seeing
Red-
how people feel
Fire
about
Red and,
Pokemon gens
like,
as they go on.
I grew up with Gen 3. Like, Fire Red was my first game. I had Charmander. He was my boy. The only problem is that I hate to break it to you guys, but Diamond and Pearl got me friends. And also it released on my birthday. So
Diamond and Pearl is good though. No one's gonna dispute that.
Yeah, no, Diamond and Pearl are good, but
it released on my birthday.
Heart Gold and Soul Silver are just the best Pokemon games.
I wouldn't agree with that, but they're goated. They're definitely up there for me.
They're the best. They have the Pokemon follow you. It's gold and silver, which means it's 2 generations in one, because it's Gen 2 and Gen 1, because you go through all of Johto and Kanto. It's got the most content.
Yeah.
It's got the best music. The soundtrack is a fucking bop.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. Oh, hell yeah, dude.
It's got everything you could ever need in a Pokemon game. It's got remember the Pokewalker? Did you know the Pokewalker used to be one of the most accurate speedometers?
It was the last game that could put Pokemon into Pokemon Battle Revolution on the Nintendo Wii.
That's also true. It's the best ones.
Can we get Battle Revolution 2, please?
I'm pretty sure I had like 90 hours in Soul Silver by the time I finished it. Just because I'm pretty sure it was the game where I got the closest to completing the dex, the non-national dex. I've never completed a dex, but that was the one I got closest to. I also did I did a lot of dex, trying to complete dex on the ROM hacks that had the Fakemon, where they had their own Pokemon. And I even dabbled in that, in making ROM hacks. I wasn't good at it, and I never finished one.
I tried.
I did a lot of sprite editing as a younger kid. My brother showed me how to do it.
That was my first step into Pokemon. I remember my first Fakemon was named Mike Monkey. He then evolved. He then evolved into like, essentially my the goated of that time was fucking, what was it? Chimchar and Charmander, or not Chimchar. So that's why I based it on, and then I made a like dark electric type Monkey Man.
It
was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah. But
Sergio, were you into ROM hacking?
I never played any myself. I knew of them, but never played.
I played a bunch. I played a bunch of Pokemon ROM hacks, and I played a bunch of Mario World ROM hacks. I used to be really good at Mario World. I'm not nearly as good now as I used to be, but I used to be really good at Mario World.
You know what I'm a big fan of? I'm gonna count it as obscure because nobody that I like. It took me a really long time before I met people that were into it, but I really liked Mega Man, and I always will love Mega Man.
I also like Mega Man.
I want to
it's
state
a dead franchise. I mean, not anymore, I guess.
Yeah, I want to state that. So I had my babysitter, whose name is Joni. Yeah, she had a Super Nintendo, and
you played X?
No, I did not play X, but I remember my friend Chris, I believe was his name, or Christopher. He played X, and I was like, wow, that game looks really cool. And I remember him being blue. So yeah,
Your
so
friend,
I remember
or...
no, Mega Man.
Yeah, I know.
So I remembered Mega Man being blue, and I went to this was like around when the Xbox was out, by the way, just so we all know about the time frame. So we had an Xbox, and I was supposed to be picking my game, and I decided I wanted to try and find the game that that they were playing, and I remember him being blue. And my mom's like, "Oh, is this him?" And she picked up the Mega Man Anniversary Collection.
Uh-huh.
I want to say that I've been preferred playing the Anniversary Collection over like the Legacy Collection because it has I believe it has 1 and 2 of the Wily Wars, which you don't ever fucking see on a collection.
Yeah.
So I have that, and it's really nice. It's
have
still
it?
I still do.
Nice.
It is something I have yet to complete. I have yet to beat a single Mega Man game, but I'm a big fan of
I
Mega Man.
beat Mega Man 1. It's
I
okay.
literally have literally a USB SNES controller for the purpose of playing Mega Man X on my computer. Because I also haven't beat that, but I know X is goated and everyone likes X. I was like, yeah, let's get it. Also, my main in Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, or one of my mains, was Mega Man X.
I'm sorry that you had to play Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
MVCI is a really well-playing game. It just doesn't
looks
look
the way
pretty.
it does.
Yeah. If it was
also
better,
incredibly disappointing compared to 3.
If it looked better, no, I think it had the best gameplay of all the Marvels.
I mean,
I do not like how MVC3 plays. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm not sure about that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a hard doubt on that.
Have you guys even played MVCI?
I played a lot online, and on my friend Matt's Xbox, and I beat the entire story mode.
I refuse to
well,
play Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite.
Well, then you have literally no input on this, Sergio, because I mean,
Well,
you can say it doesn't look good.
Go.
You can say it doesn't look like it's your thing, but you can't. Your opinion about it being not fun or not good to play. I don't know if I can agree with that.
How could it be better than UMVC3? It's like one of my favorite fighting games.
Literally, the tag mechanics are one of the best things about it.
Oh yeah, no, it's got good tech mechanics. The roster sucks though.
Now that being said, I will agree the roster sucks ass, and I will also agree that the reality stones are fucking dumb, and there should have just been a third character.
Yeah.
However, I will say that the new additions are welcome additions, and they're very good.
If they bring in Marvel 4, and they bring in the new additions, and they bring in
the only way they're gonna ever save Marvel is if they re-release Marvel 2.
Yeah,
that's all. I would love to
make a collection of the X-Men fighting game, and then of the X-Men fighting game, and then then Street Fighter versus X-Men, then Marvel vs. Capcom 1. And then Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Okay, they don't have MVC 2, but they do have all the X-Men fighting games and X-Men vs. Street Fighter all into a collection that's like an actual physical arcade machine.
I mean, as like a re-release video game, not as an arcade machine that you have to spend hundreds of dollars on.
They're only like $500.
Only $500.
As somebody
you know how many Warhammer figurines I could get with $500?
Probably a good amount.
Like every Primaris figure ever.
I don't know any of the whatevers. I don't know any of the Amazon Primes.
That's a lot.
Gotcha. Okay. If we're still on the topic of fighting games, I will say that my favorite fighting game to this day right now is currently sitting as Them's Fightin' Herds. As well as Skullgirls. I really like Skullgirls.
Rest in peace, Skullgirls, though.
Skullgirls is not dead.
I thought they stopped updating it years ago.
No, they're adding a new character in. Annie of the Stars.
I didn't know they continued to support it. I thought it just kind of came out years ago and that was it.
Yeah, it kind of did, and then they did like a mobile release that wasn't like super good, but like it was still kind of alright.
It got people excited for it.
Yeah, and then they ended up making Marvel, or not Marvel. I'm thinking about Marvel again.
Their other game.
Yeah, then they made they announced that they're gonna do one more new character for Skullgirls, and Skullgirls has good online.
I hope it's
So, that's what
Shantae.
it's not. It's Annie of the Stars.
I hope it's Shantae.
The only problem is that, thankfully, Lab Zero doesn't own the IP to Skullgirls. So that's how they're still going to be able to continue making Annie, hopefully. But it's like, if you want to play Marvel 3, you can literally play Marvel 3 with the cast of characters. You can just play 2v2 if you really wanted to, or you can literally just play as one character who's really strong. Like, they really sank hours into making this game like the best experience they could make it. But I also haven't sank a lot of hours into Ultimate Marvel 3. So I can't say for sure if that will take it over it, but man, I have a good time.
I think we should probably wrap up here before much.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that's fair. Any last remarks?
Once I get school starting to be handled more, I want to start streaming again. Twitch.tv/highdefhotcakes. That's it. That's all I got. Sergio, do you have anything?
No, I don't really have much to say on any kind of content creator note. I don't really create content outside of this.
I mean, you do commissions.
That is true. You do
That is quite
commission.
literally creating content.
I mean, yeah, but that's more of something else.
DM Sergio if you need commissions.
No, I'm all full and I'm drowning in them. No more.
He's full.
Welcome to commissions, man.
When he's not full, DM him twitter.com/roxasthehunter.
Yeah. I'll say that while I have been like, I want to stream more, I haven't been able to stream more. So
Yeah.
I expect streams though in the near future. Fighter 2 is
Same.
progressing, and we are getting close to finally being able to reveal who we're working on.
Expect streams soon. I need to start playing real video games again and not
Yeah, that is
Roblox
something.
and number go
No,
up
Roblox
idle.
is a real video game. So, with that being said, thank you for listening to this episode. And we'll see you all next week when we inevitably also again run out of ideas, and then we just play Whose Line Is That Anyways. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.